guys, so it is about 5:10, maybe almost 5:15 right now in the afternoon on Monday, and today I've done a lot of listening to When Dimple Met Rishi. I have listened to about 124 minutes, I think 124, 125, something like that, of When Dimple Met Rishi. So I listened to over 2 hours of that book just today, which is freaking nuts. I did not expect to listen to that much today, but I also today, during my little break between my classes, I edited quite a bit of my last week's reading vlog, which should either be finished. I'm going to finish it up tomorrow just because I've got a lot of homework to do today, and I have some time tomorrow where I think I can sit and do some editing for it. I've only just gotten to like Thursday's clips, which is not much, so I've only got maybe like, I could probably finish it during my lunch hour tomorrow, the editing of it, and then have it go out sometime on Tuesday. Editing it is always a hard thing for me because Sundays I usually don't get the time to edit the clips, and then Monday usually it's hit or miss whether or not I get to. And then so it's usually out by Tuesday or Wednesday. So yeah, so tonight for homework, I've got to read through a couple pages of my textbook for French. Mostly it's a grammar section we're going to probably be going over tomorrow, and I have to work on the front and back essentially of this worksheet, which I had to tape up because it ripped a lot when I was trying to tear it out of my workbook. So I got to work on that. Then I have to read this play for, not that one, I have to read this play for my, not that one either, my dramatic theory class. It is this one, yes. So it is Bertolt Brecht's The Good Person of Szechuan. We're reading this right now, going into, essentially we've been learning about Marxism in theater and how it's like, what are some Marxist theories in terms of theater and stuff like that. So this is one of the pieces, and we're going to basically be comparing it to Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. We're actually going to be discussing Arthur Miller's work on Wednesday, and then Friday we're going to do Brecht, but I wanted to read it because I've already read Death of a Salesman, so I know the gist of it, which it's a very confusing play if none of you have watched it. Just mostly because there's a lot of rambling of the main character that is very incoherent, so it's hard to figure out what he's trying to talk about. So then, after that, then I just need to write the intro for my research paper for my modern and contemporary literature class, because I'm going to be working on that research paper over the next couple of weeks to turn it in before the end of the semester. And then I just have to read the story, or the story that I have currently for my fiction writing class, because the other one has not been posted to my knowledge as of yet. It probably has already at this point, which I need to go pick up tomorrow at some point and read during my shift, I think, tomorrow morning. And then I have to read the story that is for the discussion. So it's a lot of homework, and then after that I'm going to be writing through chapters 5 through 7 of my novel, working on the 5th and final poem for my grandmother and the first poem in my series for my mother, and then basically going to try to read as much of Catching Fire as I can before the end of the night. Robert's going to be out very, very late today due to having to work on a lot of stuff for his classes, so I probably will not be able to do anything with him tonight, which is sad, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for me today. I don't know if this is going to be it for me today. I definitely am not going to be listening to any more of my audiobook because I've gotten to the point where I want to get to with it today. This might be, though, the only clip you get for Monday, just because I don't know how much I'm going to read of Catching Fire if I get to it tonight. So yeah, that's basically going to be it for me for Monday, and I will let you guys know during the day on Tuesday at some point whether or not I read some of Catching Fire overnight, and if I did, how much pages, and then I'll let you guys know, obviously, about what all happened on Tuesday. So anyway, I gotta get to doing this homework because if I don't, it's gonna take me forever to do, and so I will talk to all of you guys most likely tomorrow. Hi friends, it is about 10 after 11 in the evening right now, and I wanted to pop in to say that I did get to read a little bit of Catching Fire tonight. I read about 50 pages, so that's adding on to the already over 2 hours that I've listened to of When Dimple Met Rishi, which I'm really mad that I had to end that book where I was at because it got to a really, really great part in the story, and I was just wanting more, but I had to stop myself because I have a certain quota that I meet every day now, because I'm trying to actually actively have time to read, which is why I ended up reading a little bit of this. Not as much as I wanted. I'm actually supposed to probably have this finished by tomorrow, so I'm going to try my best to get this done tomorrow, and you guys will obviously get the review for it sometime this week, I think. That's my goal, but I am loving Catching Fire so far. I've just gotten to the point where they have announced the quarter quell, which is the fact that that's Divergent. Jesus. Katniss and Peeta are going back into the Hunger Games again for the second time in 2 years. And they've just essentially they're on the train, and they just watched Haymitch's quarter quell from the last quarter quell, like when he was actually in it. So that was really interesting to see. I've never seen that side of Haymitch before, so I was really, really excited to read that. But that's kind of where I'm at now, and they are, I think, going to be going into the Capitol really soon for the prep thing that they do for before the Hunger Games. Like, they start prepping, like doing some training and preparing, like doing interviews and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I don't know how much I'm going to read tomorrow of this book, but I'm going to try my hardest to get it done so that I can review it sometime this week. I'm going to try. We're going to really, really try for this. So hi guys, so it's about 6:38 in the evening on Tuesday. I haven't had a chance to film it all really today because today's been a crazy busy day for me. I didn't really have time to sit down and film anything because during my lunch break today, I had to quickly read one of the stories we had for class, and then I had to sign up for my final semester of school. I'm so excited. I finally signed up for all of my classes that I'm taking next semester, and I was able to get into all of them. I nearly had a heart attack though at one point because when I went to sign up for classes, it looked like one of my classes was going to be full, and it was going to be the only class I would have needed left in order to graduate. But basically I had to do some finagling and kind of in a sense refresh the system a little bit, and then the class I was looking for was still open, and it had like 28 seats left because this is like the third day of class registration being open, so it was very unlikely for something to be filled up that quick, but something basically was wrong with the system and I had to like refresh it. So yeah, I have schedules for all of my classes for next semester, and it will be my final semester, so I'll be graduating in December, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. And then today, the rest of the day has been kind of just busy, just, you know, doing a bunch of stuff. Thankfully, I don't have a whole heck of a lot of homework tonight, as much as I expected. I just basically had to do some French homework. I had to answer some questions for some cultural things that were in my book, and then I had to work on the front and back side of a worksheet, which took me in a total probably like 45 minutes at the most. And then right now what I'm about to do is do my advanced fiction writing stuff, which is really just writing and sending out the critiques for the 2 stories we talked about today. And then I am also going to have to post questions for the story that I have picked, because each of us throughout the semester has to pick a set of a short story out of a collection to focus on in class and kind of discuss in terms of the craft and the way that it's developed and kind of what we would do about it if we were to have workshopped it, basically. So I just gotta post the questions for that for people to answer for Thursday, and then just download the pieces that I have to read tomorrow. And then the rest of the night, I'm going to try to read more of Catching Fire, because today, in terms of reading, I finished a whole other part of When Dimple Met Rishi, and I have 1 part left. That was about 77 minutes in total, and then I read 34 pages of Catching Fire today while I was on my lunch break, because once I finished reading that piece for my fiction writing class, I still had a lot of time before the the class scheduling thing was supposed to come up, so I sat and read for a little while of Catching Fire, and that's kind of where I'm at now. I think I'm almost at the 300 page mark, so I think what I'm going to do is then for the rest of the night finish Catching Fire. Hi guys, quickly before I do end for the night, it is currently just after 10:30 at night, and I have finished Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins, the second book in the Hunger Games trilogy, and I'm so excited. So that was another 201 pages that I read today. So I had a total of 77 minutes and 235 pages read. So that is, I think, the biggest I've read in a long time, so I'm very excited. I can't believe I finished like almost like a quarter or 3/4, or not quite, I'm getting ahead of myself, like I finished almost like half of this book in one day, which is crazy. But thankfully I didn't have a lot of homework tonight so that I could do it. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit and record my review for it very, very quickly and try to get through it as much as possible while seeming kind of coherent, because I am supposed to go to bed fairly soon, but I figured I might as well record a little bit since I'm still up. So yeah, but that's going to actually be it for me officially on Tuesday. So I will see all of you guys tomorrow at some point, and I will be starting a new book and finishing another one tomorrow, because I will be finishing When Dimple Met Rishi at some point tomorrow. So I'm very excited, and I will talk to all of you guys later. Hi guys, so it's about after 5 o'clock right now, and I've just gotten home from work and I'm going to head to the gym to do a workout for the first time in several months, because I haven't worked out in a long time just because I don't really need to, but I've noticed that I'm a lot more sluggish recently. So I figured maybe going back to the gym will kind of help me bring up my stamina a little bit more and make me a little bit less tired and a little bit more energetic. So that's kind of why I'm going back to the gym now, and so I'm excited. I'm going to be down there for about 45 minutes and then I'm going to go get dinner and do some homework. And then tonight I'm actually going to be taking part in a reading that is happening in my building. Basically, my RA texted me asking if I would be willing to perform some of my poetry that I've been working on, because she knows that I write, and she's like, if you want to, you can come and do some reading, and I just know that you're a writer, and I thought it would be a cool opportunity for some of the people on the floor to get to know you, or like in the building or whatever. And I said, yeah, sure, it sounds like fun, so I'm going to do that. That's at 8 o'clock tonight, so I'm going to try to get all my homework done as quick as I can, which isn't really a whole heck of a lot tonight in reality, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then as far as reading today, I finished When Dimple Met Rishi by Sania Menon, and it broke my heart. It made me laugh. It made me just fall right in love with it, and I ended up finishing it. It was like another 70 minutes today, so I was pretty proud of myself. I can't even really begin to express how much I love this book. I'm going to be recording the review of it tomorrow, because just tonight I just don't really know if I'm going to have the time. It's going to really depend. Plus I wanted to kind of give myself a day after reading it to kind of process my thoughts and stuff like that. Because if you guys watch my Hunger Games review, you know that it's not the best. It's very rushed because I was trying to get it done before I went to bed. So that was not my best work. The blog is a lot better. So, but yeah, so then tonight I'm going to be editing the Catching Fire review and putting that up tomorrow, and I will be writing the blog post to be posted before it for tomorrow morning. I usually set it to like 9 a.m. because that's when my shift starts, so I figured that's just the best time for me to have it go up. But speaking of other reading, I also read 43 pages of The Billionaire's Curse by Richard Newsom. That is the book of the month that I had picked for myself to read this month, and it's coming very late in the month for me to read it, but I think I should get a good chunk of it done more tonight after I get back from the reading, because I plan on sitting and reading more of it, because my page goal for it I think today is like 200, but it's not really like a huge deal if I don't get to it, but I really am actually invested in it already. I'm less than 50 pages in, and I'm already kind of hooked, and it's a middle grade novel about a little boy, or not a little boy, he's 13, he's not very little anymore. But it's about this kid, Gerald, who finds out his great aunt dies and leaves his inheritance to him, which is worth millions upon millions of pounds in London. And he finds out that there are some very unscrupulous characters that are also in search of her money. So he kind of has to fend off all these people at 13 years old for this large sum of money. And there's also this really important artifact that she has that a lot of that is actually been stolen and was stolen in the very beginning of the book. And so it's also trying to figure out about that. And there's a curse involved in somewhere in all of that mess. So I'm very excited. It's one of the books that's on my sister's shelf that I stole from her for a couple weeks, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. So I plan on reading much more of it tonight, and I'll let you guys know what I get to. I should get to my goal tonight before I go to bed, so I'm very excited. I'm doing so well this week. I'm so happy with myself. But also, as you guys can notice, my hair is in a ponytail. It's in a very baby ponytail. Look at that. That's so crazy. I didn't think I could get my hair to be like that now at this point. I've only had my hair short now, like this short, for the last 2 months. It's been about 2 months, 2-3 months since I've had my hair this short, and it's now getting to the point where I can start putting it in baby ponytails, and I'm very excited. I can't wait. I'm debating on whether or not to keep it short or go back long, because I loved having my long hair. It was just a real mess to deal with half the time, so Still debating. I don't quite know. If I go short, if I'm gonna keep it short, I'm gonna go shorter. So there's that. But let me know what you guys think. If you remember me, how I looked with long hair, let me know down in the comments below if you like that, or if you prefer the short hair. Hi guys, so it is currently 10:30 at night right now. I've just gotten back from the event that I was asked to perform in, and I didn't realize that there was going to be as many people as there were. There was a lot of really good slam poets, and we had a couple people do singing. We had someone who actually did ASL for a song, and it was really, really freaking cool. And we had some stand-up, which is really fun. But they ended up actually having winners, and I didn't win. I wasn't even in the top 3, I think, but I feel like that's just because, you know, I don't know, I'm not well known at this place. Like, there were people there I'd never met before, and they're all everyone's like kind of close knit with each other. So I'm really happy though that I did actually perform. I performed 3 poems that I've been working on for my poetry collection, and I performed a snippet of one of the chapters of my book that I've been working on. That is from Olivia's perspective, if you're familiar with what my story's about. But I didn't want to record it because, for one, I didn't know if that was going to be possible, and for 2, I didn't want to give anything away in terms of what is in the poetry book, because half the people that are there, they're never going to speak to me again. They're not even going to remember my face, so there's no point in me hiding that stuff from them. Now, there are certain people I will divulge my work to because I value their opinions. For instance, I'm going to be sending off all of my poems about my grandmother to a friend of mine to give some feedback on, and I'm going to also send it off to some other people that I value their opinions. And so that's kind of different though, because those are people I actually want to read this stuff and want to get their feedback on, whereas this is kind of just one of those flimsy little things where it's like, yeah, I get to perform and practice my performance, but, you know, it's not like really anything major. So needless to say, I'm not going to be able to do much else tonight, but because I had a little bit extra time, I did end up writing 3 poems. I finished up my collection for my grandma, and then I did the first 2 poems for the collection for my mom, so that was really nice. I did some work for that, and I actually added in a whole new scene to one of the chapters in my novel that I basically fleshed out this memory scene with Mara and one other character to establish their relationship, which I thought worked so well. I love it so much, and it really establishes their kind of friendship very early on, because he's going to play a very big role later. Not specifically in this first book, but in the second book, but I really want to establish their kind of relationship and their rapport because he's going to be such a big character in the second book for Mara, and I really just wanted to really flesh out their friendship early on, because I don't know when the next time is I'm going to see him, and I want the reader to really kind of understand who this character is and what their connection is to Mara. So yeah, but for the rest of the night, I think what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to at least get the video set up, the editing software set up to have my review for Catching Fire set up so that tomorrow morning I can edit on it. I think I'm going to try to make sure that I get it done during my shift tomorrow, because I don't think I have anything scheduled tomorrow. I don't think I do, but there's a lot of times where people that schedule 9 a.m.s and they don't come in. I actually had that happen this morning where someone was scheduled for a 9 a.m. appointment with me and they didn't show up. So 9 a.m.s are usually the worst on people, but so that means that I may end up using my lunch period then as my editing time, which I'm totally fine with. It's not that big of a deal. The review itself is going to be pretty short, and then I just think that my blog post will not come out until later, and then I also still need to put up my blog post for my reading progress because I haven't done that. I didn't put up that from the last vlog, so I need to do that. But so basically that's going to be it for me tonight. I haven't done any other reading since what I told you guys before, which was 70 minutes of When Dimple Met Rishi and 43 pages of The Billionaire's Curse, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm going to plan on doing some heavy-duty reading tomorrow if I absolutely can, but I did promise that I would get to play some Monster Hunter or something with Robert tomorrow as well, so it's just going to kind of be up in the air, but yeah, so that's kind of how things are going for me right now. It's been a very eventful night. I had a very fun time at this event. I don't think I'm gonna really do much else other than that, but it was a really fun opportunity for me to just show my work and get feedback on it, which I really didn't get any feedback, but people said that they really liked it and they thought I did a good job. So stepping outside my comfort zone, that's always good. So Anyway, that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. I will see you all tomorrow at some point, probably in the afternoon again. I am planning on going on a run tomorrow after I get out of work as like my workout for tomorrow. So it'll probably be a quick little clip when I get back from work, and then I'm going to go running, and then I'll just have to talk to you guys like I did today. So that's just going to be how it's going to be. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Hi guys, so it is currently 11:16 on Saturday, and I didn't record really the last couple of days because I haven't done much reading the last couple of days, but today I did end up finishing The Billionaire's Curse, so that's another 301 pages because I was on page 43 when I finished reading on Thursday, something like that, Wednesday or Thursday. And so yeah, I finished it. I don't have a rating for it as of yet, just because I don't know exactly how I want to rate it. But when this video comes out and is edited, you guys obviously will see the rating. It'll be like right down here somewhere. But yeah, so that's kind of going to be it for me this week. The last couple of days have been just really busy because I just had a lot of stuff kind of happen at the last second, and I was also a little lazy. I didn't really want to do anything. So that's why I kind of smashed through The Billionaire's Curse today, because I just was so lazy the last couple of days. I didn't even want to read. So in terms of this coming week, it's gonna be kind of more of the same. I'm hoping though to obtain a copy of The Female of the Species that I am currently on hold for soon. I don't know how soon I'm gonna get it, but I am hoping to get that soon. Otherwise, I'm going to be starting an Ember in the Ashes, and it may just end up being that I listen to 2 books at the same time and read a third one, because if you guys probably by now may have seen my April TBR. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to get everything done as quick as I can on Sunday, so I don't know how much you guys have seen. Yeah, anyway, that's actually going to be it for me today, and I will see all of you guys next week. Like I said, it's going to be kind of busy, so it's getting close to finals. I'm almost done. I'm so excited. But anyway, I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.